Hey everybody, how are you guys doing today? I wanted to make a video really quick and share with you guys the information about the SBA, the Small Business Administration Disaster Loan Assistance. I sent out this link yesterday to a lot of my business owner friends, and a lot of people have been messaging me back and asking, do I have any more information on it or how does it work? You know, just maybe a little skeptical about filling it out or just nervous because something that you maybe have never done before, or I don't think any of us have ever done this before. But anyway, so I filled it out. I've done some research on it, and I'm going to just share with you how I filled it out. And I'll also update you on my progress and let you know how it went, if it went through or not. I just did it today. Today is March 31st, 2020. So all of this information is based off of what the website looks like today. I've already been told, I think a friend of mine said he tried to fill it out, I think like 2 weeks ago, but it was different. It was a lot more information that they wanted, and it was definitely a loan that you had to repay. As to where this one, I'll read to you what it says online so you can have a good understanding of what it is and who it's for. So the form that I'm going to be filling out today, and there are multiple forms on the SBA website, but the one that I'm going to show you guys how to fill out today is the Economic Injury Disaster Loans and Loan Advance. And the reason why I chose this one is because I don't have employees that work here in the shop for McEllis Brides. They can work from home, so it's no real change for us, but they do have some loans specifically for employees or businesses who have employees that are either laid off, or you still have them there at work, but there is no work coming in because we're on the shutdown. So they have a lot of different options for small business owners that will help. But that's why I chose this one, because I feel like it worked best for my business, for both McEllis Brides and McMahon Plaza. So they have one that says Paycheck Protection Program, which is for your employees. And that one you will have to repay a certain amount, but they will offer you up to 8 weeks of payroll assistance that doesn't have to be paid back, and the loan payments will be deferred for 6 months. So it'll give you some time to build some more capital once all of this blows over. But so the drop down for economic injury, disaster, and loans and loan advance, it reads, in response to the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic, small business owners in all U.S. states, Washington, D.C., and territories are eligible to apply for an economic injury disaster loan advance of up to $10,000. And I was a little hesitant at first when I kept saying injury disaster loan, but once I researched it, if your business has taken a hit, they're counting that like an injury. Because I was like, I wasn't injured, but your pockets were. Okay, so the SBA Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program provides small businesses with working capital loans of up to $2 million that can provide vital economic support to small businesses to help overcome the temporary loss of revenue they are experiencing. The loan advance will provide economic relief to businesses that are currently experiencing a temporary loss of revenue. Funds will be made available within 3 days of a successful application, and this loan advance will not have to be repaid. So that's what a lot of people were asking me. Is it a loan? Is it a grant? What is it? It says loan, but it also says that it will not have to be repaid. So that's another reason why I chose this one. I don't want to create any new debt during this time if I don't have to. So I would suggest, or I would recommend you trying this option as well as some other options if you are in a really tight spot. They also have a debt relief program. They have a couple other resources for small business owners if this one doesn't work for you. But again, This one specifically is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan and Loan Advance. So I'm screen sharing with you how the application looks. The first step was just a disclosure, and it's a portion of what I read to you off my phone. But of course, you want to go over that, and then it's going to ask you, can I go back? Let me see if I can go back really quick. No, I can't go back to that point. So then it'll also ask you a series of questions like, um, maybe I'll just click it and see if it'll go back. No, it's not. Okay. So it'll ask you a series of questions first. Let me pull up my phone so I can read it, so that way you guys have all the info and you're like, not like I didn't get everything I needed to see to be successful. So I'm going to try to show you on my phone. Okay, so it says streamline process requirements. So that's that first tab where it says disclosures on the big screen, where you see it says disclosures. I'm pointing to it like y'all can see me point. Looks like a piece of paper with a tab. So that's what it'll look like. It'll say streamline process requirements. And then it'll ask you eligible entity verification. So I selected applicant is a business with not more than 500 employees. That's the one I selected. Of course, you're going to want to go down and select which one is for you. They have down here for nonprofits, churches, organizations. You, of course, if you have more than 500 employees, if you're a sole proprietor, all of that. So you select just one of those that works for you. It says choose one. And then down here it says review and check all of the following. And that's just making sure you are not a criminal or a member of Congress. So you'll check all of these boxes if you can. If not, then you cannot apply. But if you can check all those boxes, then you'll click continue. And then it'll go to this screen here where it says business information. So now looking back at the computer screen where it says business information. And the first page is pretty, well, the first portion is pretty self-explanatory. So it says business legal name. I'm going to talk you guys through it as if it was McMahon Plaza. So here you would put business legal name, McMahon Plaza. Trade name is McMahon Plaza. Of course, if your trade name is something different, put something different there. You want to put your EIN here. If you have your EIN number, put it there. If you are a sole proprietor, then you use your social security number, your SSN. Organization type. This is for LLC, limited liability company. They have sole proprietor, C corporation, S corporation. I mean, that's just how you, like whatever entity you decided on when you got your, when you started up your company, when you got like your EIN and your business license and stuff like that. Is this application for a nonprofit organization? If it is, yes. For McMahon Plaza, that's a no. Are we a franchise? Franchise, and like I said, you should know if you're a franchise or not, but some people, if they're not, then they wonder, am I a franchise? No, if you're like Chick-fil-A, then yes, yes. Okay, so here is where I was getting a lot of questions. It's right here. It gets a little sticky, but some of you may be able to glide through this easy. So it says gross revenues for the 12 months prior to the date of the disaster. So January 31st, 2020 is the date they have inputted here. So if you have like a payment system, or if you've already done your taxes, this may help you find this information quickly. For me, if you have like Square, PayPal, you can go type in the dates of all received payments and put into the date, and do that, get that 12-month span, and you type that number in here. From there, the next question says cost of goods sold for the 12-month prior to the date of the disaster. And that means if you are selling a product, and how much did it cost you to purchase your product to sell? So that's the cost of goods sold. For McMahon and Plaza, because we don't sell a product, I ended up putting 0 here. But for most of you who do sell a product, you'll want to put that number here, the cost of goods sold. Rental properties is next. Sorry guys, my phone's ringing. So for rental properties, residential and commercial, lost rents due to the disaster. So for McMahon and Plaza, we collect rent here because it's a co-working space. So you just want to put in if you lost money in that manner. Nonprofit cost of operations. And all of this is for 12 months. So nonprofit cost of operations are like utilities, Dominion Power, internet. If you have a security system, we have like a trash service at McMahon and Plaza. So you want to put those numbers in. You want to plug in those numbers from your nonprofit cost of operations, including your rent. If you pay rent, you want to put that in. Of course, that's money that's going out that is not going to profit you, but it's just the cost of operating your business. These next two are specifically speaking to faith-based entities. I don't know what those mean, so I'm sorry if that is you. I have a guess, but because I don't have any clue and no experience in that, I'm not going to speak on it. So compensations from other sources received as a result of the disaster. That, of course, is just if you have received any assistance already as a result of the disaster, you want to put that number in there. If you have not, you can leave it blank. If it doesn't have the red asterisk, then you don't have to fill it in, but leave it blank if it's nothing. If you have received some, put it there. Provide brief description of other compensation sources, excuse me. And you want to fill that out. If it's nothing, you can leave it blank. And here you want to put in your primary business address. It cannot be a PO box. All this other stuff is pretty self-explanatory. And you want to put, the date that your business was established, the owner since that date. And if that's, if those two dates are different, put it in. For me, it's the exact same dates. And you want to put what type of, where it says business activity, you want to put what type of business you are. And then this is just like a subcategory. So like here it says food and beverage stores. And then you'll be able to select if you are a bakery or a grocery store or a liquor store or something like that. And then you want to put how many employees you have. From there, they're just going to collect your information, your first name, last name, phone number, your title. If you're the owner, of course, put that. Then your ownership percent. If you own 100% of your company, you want to put 100%. If you own 50% of your company, for McMahon and Plaza, I own 50% of the company. So I had to put 50%, and then I had to add in the other owner's information here. So you want to have that information already so you can just breeze through this. You don't have to stop or come back to it and some information may be lost. You have to start over. So have all that information if you're part owner. And if there are 3 owners, then you need to have all of their information. One thing that I did skip is your business owned by a business entity? And if it is, then of course you would just select yes. If not, then select no. But you do have to tick that or you will not be able to move to the next page. Then put in your social, your birthday, your place of birth. I just put my city and my state. If I'm a citizen. And then here, just be careful, guys, to put in your residential address. So that's your home and not your business. And this is where you can add that additional owner. And it's just going to have that same list of questions that it just asked me personally for the additional owner of your business, depending on how many people that is. Then for additional information, they're going to ask you some other, personal questions. These are very easy yes or no's. And then here, this blue box is if anyone assisted you in completing this application, whether you pay a fee for the service or not, that person must enter their information below. So if you received help filling out your form, put that in there. I don't think YouTube counts. So then if you want, like if you had a lawyer or somebody professional fill this out and you want them to give your um, professional the information, whether you got granted yes or no, then you would check yes. And if not, then hit no. What I would, excuse me, I would like to be considered for an advance of up to $10,000. Hit yes. And then it's going to ask you for your bank information, because if it goes through, your funds could be deposited in 3 days. And then you just read all the rest of this, read it all, then you click that, and then you'll be able to go to the next stage, and then it'll give you a number that you could log back in and check on the status and things like that. I wonder, well, let me click next. No, it's not. Yeah, because no, I don't want to submit. This is all wrong information. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Guys, let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you guys found out any additional information that I did not put in this video. Type it in the comments. Let me know how it's working for you. I'll let you guys know. Like I said, I just did mine today. I'll let you know what happens. I'll let you know if I made any mistakes filling it out. But hopefully this will give you a good starting point, because I Googled and searched to see if it was anything else like this one, like this video that I'm making up on YouTube, and it was not. So hopefully this will help you just at least try and not get intimidated by the form. And I hope you guys are staying safe out there. I'm praying for you. We're praying for the world right now. So be safe, guys, and I'll see you next time.